Dissatisfaction, an essential subject from Vinipedia. The key to being peaceful is satisfaction. There is a chain. When one is satisfied, he is happy, and when one is happy, he is automatically peaceful, and peace is what everyone is looking for. Therefore, if the start of the chain is disrupted by one's dissatisfaction, then automatically, he becomes unhappy, leading to him being distressed. Dissatisfaction is therefore a negative state to be in. The solution to get rid of this state is to become spiritually inclined, and when one is in that stage, he can then distinguish between spirit and matter, resulting in his dissatisfaction to disappear. But how so? What is the relationship between satisfaction, dissatisfaction, and spiritual progress? Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's dissatisfaction category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. Individual material cravings are less harmful to the world than mass movements for sense gratification. If the material desires of an individual are unfulfilled, he certainly becomes depressed, but when the mass of people remain dissatisfied, the distress is much greater and gives rise to social conflict. In any case, mundane yearnings bring suffering, both individual or collective. Renunciation through Wisdom, Chapter 5. The whole material world is full of hungry living beings. The hunger is not for good food, shelter or sense gratification. The hunger is for the spiritual atmosphere. Due to ignorance only they think that the world is dissatisfied because there is not sufficient food, shelter, defense and objects of sense gratification. This is called illusion. When the living being is hungry for spiritual satisfaction, he is misrepresented by material hunger. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.12. 6. The Krishna consciousness movement is teaching this higher knowledge of retiring from materialistic life to return to Godhead, but unfortunately many parents are not very satisfied with this movement. Aside from the parents of our students, many businessmen are also dissatisfied because we teach our students to abandon intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex and gambling. If the Krishna consciousness movement spreads, the so-called businessmen will have to close their slaughterhouses, breweries and cigarette factories. Armad Bh Gavatam 6.5. 20. The bona fide spiritual master always engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By this test he is known to be a direct manifestation of the Lord and a genuine representative of our Nityananda Prabhu. Such a spiritual master is known as Sriyadeva. Influenced by an envious temperament and dissatisfied because of an attitude of sense gratification, mundaners criticize a real Sriya. In fact, however, a bona fide Sriya is non-different from the personality of Godhead. Kaitanya Karitam Ta, DLL 1.46. Although Western people have brilliantly developed in mundane matters, they are tossed about in a sea of despair and listlessness. Similarly, the Indians, although trying to feel grateful for their mundane development, are experiencing the same listlessness and dissatisfaction. Strangely enough, now the Western thinkers are looking toward India to find peace and calm. We can safely harbor the firm conviction that soon the message of peace will reach their ears. Renunciation through Wisdom, Chapter 1. Ordinary poison affects only those who drink it, and ordinary fire can be extinguished simply by pouring water on it, but the air-I fire ignited by the spiritual potency of a Brahma who is dissatisfied can burn to ashes the whole family of a person who provokes such a Brahma. Formerly, the Brahma is used to ignite the fire of sacrifice not with matches or any other external fire but with their powerful mantras, called air-I. If someone even touches a Brahma's property, his family is ruined for 3 generations. Krishna Book, Chapter 64. The conclusion is that God is as sentient as we are. He is satisfied by our prayers and dissatisfied by our harsh words against him. In order to give protection to his devotee, he is always ready to tolerate insulting words from the atheists. Armad Bh Gavatam 3.18. 6. A Brahma who is satisfied with whatever is providentially obtained is increasingly enlightened with spiritual power, but the spiritual potency of a dissatisfied Brahma decreases as fire diminishes in potency when water is sprinkled upon it. Armad Bh Gavatam 8.19. 26.